Baby broken. I told my husband I would never have agreed to his child if I knew he'd go back on our agreement. Broken baby. I told my husband that I would have never agreed to have his child if I knew he would go back on our agreement. So this whole mess started 3 years ago when my husband, Jake, and I were trying to decide if we wanted kids. I was honestly on the fence about it. I love kids, but I also really valued my career and independence. Jake was the one pushing for it, saying how much he wanted to be a dad and how we'd make such a great team as parents. The thing that finally convinced me was when we had this long conversation one night where Jake promised me that we'd split everything 50/50. Diaper changes, night feedings, doctor appointments, daycare pickup, everything. He said he didn't want to be one of those dads who just plays with a kid for fun stuff and leaves all the hard work to mom. He even said if his job ever conflicted with parenting duties, he'd figure out a way to make it work because being an equal parent was that important to him. I believed him, like really believed him. So we had Grace, and she's honestly the best thing that ever happened to me. But Jake, total different story. At first, it was little things. He'd say he couldn't do the 3 a.m. feeding because he had an important meeting the next day, or he'd suddenly remember he had plans with his buddies right when Grace needed a bath. I figured it was just new parent adjustment stuff, but then it got worse. Way worse. I'm talking about me doing literally 95% of everything while working full-time. I'm the one who gets up at night. I'm the one who handles all the daycare communication. I'm the one who takes time off when Grace is sick. I'm the one who remembers to buy diapers and formula. Jake acts like he's doing me some huge favor when he watches his own daughter for 2 hours so I can grocery shop. The breaking point was last month. Grace had been throwing up all night and clearly needed to go to the pediatrician first thing in the morning. I'd been up with her since 2 a.m. I was exhausted, and I had this huge presentation at work that I'd been preparing for weeks. Jake's schedule was completely clear. He even mentioned the night before that he had a pretty chill day planned. So I asked him to take Grace to the doctor. Seems reasonable, right? Wrong. He started going on about how he's not good with medical stuff, how Grace always cries more with him, and how the doctor knows me better. I'm standing there holding our sick kid, running on 0 sleep, and he's making excuses. I ended up missing my presentation, which my boss was not happy about, and Jake spent the day playing video games. When I got home, he asked how it went, and then had the nerve to seem annoyed when I didn't thank him for holding down the fort while we were gone. That's when I lost it. I told him exactly what I said, that I never would have agreed to have his child if I knew he was going to completely go back on everything he promised me. I said he tricked me into thinking I'd have a partner in this, when really I just got a second child to take care of. He got all defensive and started listing the few times he'd helped out, like changing a diaper here and there or playing with Grace for 20 minutes. He said I was being unfair and that he works hard to provide for us. I told him I work hard too, plus I'm doing 90% of the actual parenting. So his provider argument didn't fly with me. Then he said something that really pissed me off. He goes, well, it's not like you can just return her now, so I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like Grace was some Amazon package I was having regrets about.